I had always believed I could keep my mistakes hidden, tucked away behind locked doors and silent nights. My husband Daniel worked long hours, often traveling for days. I told myself the loneliness justified the choices I made. That one night of comfort, of attention, wouldn't ruin everything. But the truth is, guilt doesn't stay buried for long. It creeps into your bones, into your sleep, and eventually into your home. That night it was raining. Thunder rolled outside while the dim light of my bedside lamp cast soft shadows on the walls. I was not alone. The man lying beside me wasn't my husband. We were whispering, laughing quietly, pretending for a moment that we weren't doing something deeply wrong. I never heard the door creak open. I never heard the footsteps. It was his voice that shattered everything. "Mom!" My son stood at the doorway, his small frame barely visible in the darkness. His voice trembled, confused and scared. I froze, my heart slamming against my chest. Time seemed to stop. The man beside me pulled the sheets up and sat up quickly, panic in his eyes. But it was too late. My son had seen everything, enough to break the fragile illusion of the family we had built. I got up immediately, grabbing my robe and rushing toward him. But he took a step back. His eyes, once full of trust and innocence, looked at me like I was a stranger. I tried to speak, to explain something, anything, but there were no words good enough to make sense of what he had witnessed. He turned and walked away before I could reach him. That night, everything began to fall apart. The days that followed were filled with silence and cold stares. My son wouldn't speak to me. My husband found out within the week, not from me, but from our son, who had cried silently as he told his father what he had seen. Daniel left, taking our son with him. I was left in the house that once echoed with laughter, now filled only with regret. There are mistakes that time can heal, but some moments draw a line in the sand. Before and after, that night was mine. I lost more than a marriage. I lost the trust of the one person who looked up to me the most. And no matter how many times I replay it in my head, the ending never changes. Everything changed the night my son walked into my room, and I've been living with that silence ever since.